What up, guys? Harry Wilmington here. Welcome to the travel edition of Couch Chat, or technically Bed Chat. So, unfortunately, right now, I'm in Ohio. I'm going to a funeral tomorrow for one of my cousins who passed away at 41. I don't want to go into the details of how he died, but suffice to say, it was unexpected and out of nowhere. And so I felt obligated to come out here and pay my respects. But, you know, in dealing with the situation, it really makes you realize that none of us really know how much life we actually have left on this planet. Like, I'm 41, he was 41, and he passed away. My dad was 41 when he died. And so, you know, in our lives, when we're living day to day, it's very easy to think like, man, I got one more day to make stuff happen. I got one more day to get that right job. I got one more day to earn the kind of money I want to earn. I got one more day to try to learn about women and get in relationships. And, you know, life time and time again shows us that as much time as we think we have, we're not always assured that we're going to have the time that we want. And I stress this because I see so many people in life like delaying going for the dreams that they want, or, you know, going after the things that they want or the relationships that they want, thinking, I'll get to it eventually. You know, it's very easy for us to get into our day-to-day and forget that there's going to be a day where we're no longer here. And so that day could be far off into the future in our 80s and 90s, like my grandma died at 93, or it could be at like 40 or 30 or 20. Like, we're ultimately not in complete control of when we go, even if we're doing everything right. You could be a guy that's like, I'm an introvert and I stay in my home all the time, and a plane could land right on your house, and that's the end of it. But regardless of when the end comes, are you doing the things in your life right now to where if you were to go tomorrow, you'd have no regrets because you did the things you wanted to do, you lived the life you wanted to live, and you were able to get into the kind of relationships that you wanted to get into? Now, obviously, this is a dating channel. So for those of you guys that have been struggling with dating, a part of that could be just, you know, whether you don't know what to say to women or how to approach them, or maybe you have too much ego where you think you're the perfect person ever and women are all crazy, whatever. And you're thinking, regardless of where you're coming from, you could be thinking, well, you know what? I still got time, so I'll figure it out tomorrow. And how sad would it be if you could have been getting women and being in the relationships you wanted this whole time if you're willing to put the work in now, because you're thinking, I'll figure it out some other time. You know, there are guys that I coach that are in their 50s and 60s that still haven't figured this out. There are guys that are in their 20s that are already ready to give up and not even try, thinking that they're going to, you know, have an abundant life and not to deal with women and do whatever. And they could, but I know that those guys don't really mean that they actually want somebody, but they haven't figured it out. And while you're here now, there's still time to figure that out, because, you know, as sad as it was that my cousin is no longer here, he was living the life he wanted. He had the dream job. He had the wife. He had the 2 kids. He was living life on his terms, and I'm sure he was still going after other goals. But as it standed at the end of his life, he was living life pretty much the way he wanted to. And so it sucks that he's not here. I can't say he had a life that he's leaving with regrets. You know, maybe he does. I don't know like that. But the point is that, what kind of life are you living? And are you currently thinking to yourself, man, I regret, as it is right now, not going after the women that I wanted, not having the relationships I wanted, not trying to better myself to get into a space where that could happen? If that is you, then I recommend you figure that out, because you don't know how many days you actually have. But I can tell you now, it's going to be better ending your days, having love in your life, than going out alone. Real talk. So I just felt that I was compelled to say that. So that's why I recorded this. But yeah, we're going to the funeral tomorrow, and I get to see him one more time, and then that'll be it, you know? And it's sad because I have to see his wife and his kids too, and just like, that's a hard loss when it's unexpected out of nowhere. But that's life, guys. You could be gone tomorrow, and if you die tomorrow, have you been living the life you wanted to live? If not, there's still time while you're still breathing to fix that stuff, all right? So that's all I got, guys. I'm Harry Wilmington, and I'll catch you guys when I get back in town, I guess. I'm out. Peace.